Hello, folks! Oh, New Year's is over. Christmas is over. Now, folks, Christmas season is not over. Let me just say that, no, at least not officially. As we have, over here we have on 13th day Knut, the Yule goes ut, or something of the sort. So not until 13 days after Christmas is time to remove us from Christmas. So officially, still Christmas, just so you know. Hence, ta-da! So yeah, I love Christmas. I understand if people don't. I understand. For some, this overlay here might be a reason. Hey, I don't want this. But for me, Christmas. Oh. Welcome, folks. It's January 2nd, and not many courts are open. Judge Middleton has court. It's I believe this is misdemeanor pre-trial, and don't know how long he will keep going or what cases will be handled, but let's check it out. And welcome over at Rumble. I am today streaming from Rumble Studios, streaming to YouTube, of course, and to Kick. Let's see. I think I am on X as well. Let's check it out if it works over at X. Yeah, it does. Hello, Xers! All right, let's see what Judge Middleton.
All right, if you get the file from Luke.
And don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, or follow, depending on where
I don't think it's locked. Jordan, how many do you have from you? Just this one?
I have two, but my other has not. You're not for camera.
Let's see, can I have live chat? Oh, not with overlay. Oh. Let's see if I can. Can I have it as background?
All right, we're not on the record yet. We're on the live stream. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Today is Happy New Year. Today is January the 2nd. Someone sent me an email, a very nice email this morning, reminding me this is the anniversary of my 46th year here as employee of St. Joe County, and it starts the beginning of my last year.
Oh.
I get to do this for the rest of this year. And I hope everybody.
Oh, Judge Middleton is retiring in 2026. That makes me a bit sad because Judge Middleton is usually entertaining, fair, can be really, really rough around the edges.
Had a good and safe holiday. A few people did manage to get arrested over the weekend, which was on a Wednesday and Thursday. It just felt like a weekend. So good morning to everyone. We've already got some attorneys that are ready to go, and we'll get to it. This was kind of a hard day to sell. Some people are still on vacation, but today's first line and the first line of 2026 came to me over the weekend in the middle of the night, like most of these do. This one's old, 1966. Song was actually written by Paul Simon. I should have known that you'd bid me farewell. There was a lesson to be learned, and I learned it very well. Now I know you're not the only starfish in the sea. If I never hear your name again, it's all the same to me. I think it's gonna be all right. All right,
Mr.
That's,
Jingles joined us as well.
kind of song, if you're of a certain age, you'll be able to sing it. If you don't know it, listen to it. And we'll have a little shared moment of humanity for the first day of 2026. Our Caribbean tour visitors probably don't know that song, but if you're a certain age, you'll be able to sing along with it. I should have known you'd bid me farewell. There's a lesson to be learned from this, and I learned it very well. All right, we got people ready to go. Good morning, Happy New Year. Let's get to work. We're gonna save Mr. Reed's cases for last.
One of them, I got a whopping one case.
We'll do the best we can. And everybody from Indiana, congratulations to you. You've been the doormat of the Big Ten for years. All right, Jordan is here and Mr. Reed is here and Mr. Moore is here. Let's start out with Mr. Reed. The People versus Brian Scott Palmer.
Brian.
That's okay. That's a choice of a turtleneck.
Good morning, Deputy Bingaman.
Morning.
I'm interested in a couple of our interpreter cases. Is Jacob Quezada checked in?
Yeah.
Has Jacob Quezada.
Don't bite my fingers, Mr. Jingles.
I think Casey Strong has a couple of our interpreter cases and she's, I know, working on them. So Vivian, stay with me. All right, Mr. Palmer, you're charged with
Yes, he has, Judge.
all right, domestic assault. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Here's the prosecutor is dismissing this.
No, that's the defense offer.
Oh, defense offer is dismissed. So, okay. That's
Well, I have spot
that's
that. It is.
improved. Okay.
Tiny bit
It's
different.
not dismissed. So the next step is we'd set this for a pretrial conference, which would be on a Thursday afternoon, a last pretrial. I did check. It doesn't appear that you owe me any money. I want to make sure that you're still at the Klinger Lake Road address.
I am.
And you still understand that there are no contact bond provisions here. You're not to have any contact with a complaining witness in this case. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior.
There's a PPO in place, Your Honor, and there's actually termination on the PPO hearing next Thursday before Your Honor.
Yes, that will be January the
8th, I believe.
8th. Yeah, all right. All right, then I'll hear more about this next Thursday. All right, the PPO is in effect and you've apparently been in compliance with it. You're good to go. I'll see you next Thursday and maybe by that time we'll know when we're going to set the final pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Harden, let's talk about your case also. Tracy Wallers-Penner.
I don't think this will be
Morning.
I don't think this will be a rough day in court, but you never know. You never know. Mr. Judge Middleton's court does have their own highlight reels. And he is frequent in shorter in clips and stuff on YouTube all the time. Right. We are roughly an hour behind. So even if there's pauses and stuff, we will catch up.
Oops. Sorry, Jordan.
Now, if you know Spanish, you can probably you will know what is going on once it happens. Hopefully, we can follow along as well. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit.
Two. All right, I wanted to look at something here. This is file number 252228. This is Tracy Waller's penner. She and I know each other. We spent a lot of time in the past. You're charged here with domestic assault or domestic violence. This is alleged on October 18th. Oops, yes, thank you. On October 18th that you assaulted. Let me pull it up.
Dave, Sal is good at
William
calling.
Hack. And alleged you assaulted Brielle Penner, who I think is your granddaughter.
No, she's my daughter.
Daughter.
And Bill Hack has nothing to do with anything.
All right.
He may have been
Anyway, I was disappointed that alcohol was involved in this. But the allegation is that you did this domestic assault. I haven't seen you in 8 years or so, and we spent a lot of time working on that. At any rate, at this point, you're going to enter a plea of not guilty and ask me to set this for a final pretrial. Is that correct, Ms. Harden?
It is, Your Honor.
Was there a plea offer?
No, Your Honor.
Was there an offer of a deferral or anything?
It was as charged.
No deferral.
Nothing that my notes indicated on the stole.
All right, well, no wonder. All right, we'll set a final pretrial. I want to look at your bond conditions.
I can imagine what if Judge Middleton is disappointed in seeing somebody come back after 8 years and alcohol is involved. It seems like that specific family is frequent flyers or was frequent flyers.
All right, your bond conditions are appear, abide by any judgment issued, make no firearms and no drugs or alcohol, and test upon direction of any court officer or police officer, and no contact with your daughter. The most important condition in here is no drugs and no alcohol. If I gave you a test today, what would it show? All right, I wanted to continue to show that. These family disputes are often hard to figure out who's right, who's wrong, what should the disposition be. But one common big elephant in the room is alcohol.
Your Honor, I don't know where that came from either, because there was not.
Well, good. I was looking at the affidavit. Said her mother was drunk. She took the phone from mother and sat down on a couch, said her mother was drunk. And I don't think they arrested you until later. They didn't give you a preliminary breath test at the jail, but the police report and the affidavit say you were drunk. So no drugs and no alcohol. But I'll see you on a Thursday afternoon. We'll set a pretrial for this and see where it's headed. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I did want to tell you, since you remember me,
Yes.
I ended up finding out that I am diabetic. So all my weekend stays that I had, I found out I am.
Well, even more reason not to drink any alcohol. All right.
Exactly. All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So you know this was okay.
All right, Mr. Stickley, let's get you on your way. See right here. Thank you. Good morning, sir. You're Ora Eugene Downer.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Downer, we've met.
Yes, sir.
You're here with Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the chief public defender Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's agreed to step in today to assist Rhonda Ives. This is a fairly simple case. You're charged with retail fraud in Three Rivers, and that's a misdemeanor. Laura, I've misplaced the cheat sheet for today. I'm not sure what I did with it. Casey, we've got Vivian in the waiting room for your translator cases. He isn't here?
Not that I know of, I'll check the security, but I don't believe he's here.
All right. Yes,
She's also here for Tim, I believe, not just me.
all right.
We had one as well, but I had one as well, but I don't think he showed up either.
Well, Vivian, right now, we're trying to locate our defendants. The attorneys are here. I'll let you know by 9. I may just release you if they're not here. Mr. Downer, it's alleged that you were at the Walmart store and you stole some property there. You were charged with this several times last year. Retail fraud under Three Rivers ordinance is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fine of up to $100. The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss the misdemeanor charge if you plead to the civil infraction, which is not a crime. It's punishable by up to $100. I can't put you in jail for it, but I would put it on the payment plan that you're on with your other retail frauds. Do you understand? All right. Were you in the Walmart store on December 11th?
I guess, yes.
And did you take something that not
Yes,
pay
sir.
for it? Remember what you took?
Yes, was some food? Was it food?
No,
Let me judge what it was.
no,
Well, did you take something?
yes, sir.
What was it?
A light or a bike?
And you didn't pay for it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, stuff like this happen. I would assume this guy
All right. Fine and
has
cost is
homelessness issues.
$100 as part of payment plan.
Yeah, they keep letting him go, and he keeps shoplifting.
The payment plan hasn't been that great.
He is struggling, Your Honor.
Yes.
We talked about it this morning, and he's gonna try to get back on the horse and try to make some progress on it.
Very good. I'll ask the bailiff to take Mr. Downer out to the counter, and I want you to start to pay on those fines. You have some are driving, and some are other kinds of things, but you're good to go.
Hi, TC Keith. Hi, Marlene. Good to have you here in chat.
All right, let's do Levon Comer. Good morning, sir. Are you Levon James Comer?
YSL Kells is in
You're
the
charged with
house.
operating while intoxicated. That occurred allegedly on October 28th. We have 10 of those today, 10 or 11 drunk driving cases. So let's talk about it. Operating while intoxicated in Michigan is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record and it requires that your license be suspended. Prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that charge for a plea to a lesser charge of impaired driving. Impaired driving is better for a couple of different reasons. It is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, but it carries a fine of up to $300. Carries 4 points on your driving record, but it allows you to keep a restricted driver's license to drive back and forth to work. They allege that this happened at US 131 and Indian Prairie Road. And it was written by the state police. Also, they would ask for a plea to failure to yield. Is that your understanding?
It is
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
I should state, counsel is here, David Moore, on behalf of the defendant. Do you still live in Elkhart? So you have an Indiana driver's license, correct?
Oh, that's an old-time
All right,
voice modulator.
Do you understand, this applies to everybody that's here, if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury that will not be a trial. Do you understand that? If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, we could appoint one for you, but you've retained Mr. Moore and his firm. That's fine with us. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify in your own behalf, but you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent, unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand? All right. Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
No,
Promise you anything?
I didn't do that.
Did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No,
All right, let's talk about this. Were you driving at US 131 and Indian Prairie Road at about 6:30 on October 28th?
yes, sir.
Where were you coming from?
I came from the bar.
Tomahawk?
Yeah.
That was my guess. What were you drinking?
That was a diet Pepsi.
Diet and what?
Yes.
Kessler's? Mr. Moore, was there a blood alcohol taken?
Yes, Your Honor, 0.211.
That's quite high. Was there an accident?
Yes,
Did you fail to stop at a stop sign?
yes.
I'm going to look at every single drunk driving case from 2025. Mr. Coomer, you're officially our first case of 2026. My impression, and Judge Patterson's impression, was that our caseload was big. We had a lot of drunk driving convictions last year. And the blood alcohol levels get higher and higher. Anyway, I'm going to do a deep dive into it here next week when we're done with the year. But when we get a case like this, Mr. Coomer, I appreciate your willingness to accept responsibility. I have to set up for something called screening, where the probation department meets with you and gets information. And we will set that at a day that works for your lawyer. It'll be on a Monday. So let's check our calendar and see what works. Tim, do you have a translator case?
I go, we're ready to plead.
All right. Vivian, apparently we do have one customer here.
Well, those voice modulators.
Are you available on Monday, January 26th?
Those voice modulators were common maybe 30, 40 years ago. There are better ways nowadays, but I do believe it has to do with what type of surgery this man has had. But it doesn't
Yes, Your Honor.
stop him from drinking.
I have to get used to writing 26. That would be at 11 o'clock.
Your Honor, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. I do have an assessment and a victim impact panel. Does that affect that sentencing date?
No, that's great. Just get it to us. That'll help. Mr. Coomer, October the 28th was a Tuesday night. The fact that you're driving out in the country on a Tuesday night with a blood alcohol about 3 times the legal limit sets off a bunch of red flags. You can't get to a .221 without practice. You have to build up a tolerance to accept that much alcohol. So
Well, I remember when Jeff, may he rest in peace, had one of these alcohol meters on one of his F-it Fridays. You can get to 0.221, but then again, the practice thingy.
Mr. Moore's on top of this. He's already had you go to a victim impact panel. He's already had an assessment done. I'll be interested to see that. So I'll get more information before we do the sentence. In light of how high your blood alcohol was, this is a pretty good plea offer. I've expressed my concern in the past about how many drunk driving cases we get out of the Tomahawk. They shouldn't let you drive out of there with that kind of a blood alcohol level, but that's for another time. I want you to take this form out to the counter. Mr. Coomer, how did you lose your voice? Are you being treated right now?
I go back down there and have the damage check.
All right, so you're currently under medical treatment?
Yes.
We'll explore that further too.
I have an appointment, February, to go to make sure it's not reoccurring.
All right, I'm sure your doctor's all told you not to drink too, but that's what I'm gonna tell you when we do the sentence. You go with a court officer. I'll see you on January 26th at 11 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. Yeah, that's very helpful, David. Thank you. All right, very good. All right, Mr. George, let's take your case so we can free up our interpreter. And we'll do Mr. Truckey's cases last. 11:45. Oh, you got a bunch.
Yeah, but I know they were ahead, so you just want.
Jordan, you've just got one no-show. Let's let you, then you're done. All right, why don't you come up to the podium?
All right, next
Your Honor,
case.
which case is this?
This will be Raul Pale Alvarez.
Thanks.
First, we're going to call People versus Teresa Lynn Lintz, L-I-N-T-Z, Tara Lynn Lintz. Miss Lintz is charged with larceny. Her attorney, Jordan Harden, is here. Miss Lintz also has another charge. Would you call the hall for Tara Lynn Lintz, please? Anyway, Ms. Harden's case is file number 251954. It's a larceny set for pretrial today. Ms. Lintz also has a littering charge, which was set for arraignment today also. She's not here in either case.
Oh, larceny
Have you had any contact with her?
No, Your Honor, she was originally set for December 5th pretrial docket. She had called my office a couple days prior. We had reminded her and told her to be here early that day so her and I could discuss the case, and she didn't make an appointment. She didn't show that day, but my understanding is she appeared the following Monday, got the warrant recalled, and it was reset for today. I believe she was given notice at the counter when she appeared that following Monday, and I've not heard from her since.
All right, we do a bench warrant. Bond is $500 cash or surety, 48-hour hold. Also,
so Judge Middleton, also out of Michigan, bench warrant $500. And then you have Judge Simpson. He says bench warrant $5,000. That tells us that those are different areas of Michigan.
do a warrant on the littering, throwing objects in a path of a vehicle. She failed to appear. She didn't do her community service.
Yeah, I wonder if the larceny or was it larceny or arsony? I think they meant larceny. Larceny and littering. So she bought a $500 lollipop and threw the wrapper on the curb. I have no idea. I have no idea.
All right, thank you, Jordan. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, the bailiff checked the hall and she is not here. All right, we have obtained the services of Vivian Montero to interpret for us. She's going to assist us with our next case. So Ms. Montero, before we start, let me ask you to raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to the best of your ability you interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish.
I do.
Buenos días. ¿Es usted Raúl Pale Alvarez?
Yes.
The lady on the screen is Vivian Montero. Would you state your
La
name
señora-
for the record?
La señora en pantalla es Vivian Montero. Vivian Montero, Court Interpreter 18369.
You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Tim George.
Usted se encuentra aquí con su abogado, licenciado Tim George.
You're charged with operating with a high blood alcohol level.
Usted enfrenta el cargo de conducir con alto nivel de alcoholemia.
Sometimes the press refer to that as super drunk.
A veces la prensa se refiere a ese cargo a super ebrio.
It is a misdemeanor
Es un delito menor,
punishable by up to 180 days in jail
conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 180 días de cárcel,
a fine of up to $750,
una multa hasta $750,
6 points on your driving record,
6 puntos en su historial de conducir
and the suspension of your driving privileges.
y se le suspenda su privilegio de poder conducir.
You don't have a license, so
Oh,
if you did, it would be suspended.
No tiene una licencia, así que si tuviera, se le suspendería eso.
the hidden snark of Judge Middleton. Well, if you had a driver's license, you would be well, driving drunk and without a license.
Prosecutor has offered to dismiss that charge.
Really?
El fiscal está dispuesto a desestimar ese cargo
If you plead to the lesser charge of operating while intoxicated.
si usted contesta culpable al cargo de gravedad reducido, conducir en estado de ebriedad.
Operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor.
Conducir en estado de ebriedad es un delito menor.
It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500.
Conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 93 días de cárcel y una multa hasta $500.
Are you going to plead to that charge?
¿Va a contestar culpable al cargo de gravedad reducido?
Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that charge?
¿Alguien le amenazó para que contestara culpable?
Or promise you anything?
¿O le prometieron algo?
You've signed a advice of rights in Spanish.
Usted firmó la notificación de derechos en español.
And you understand you're giving those rights up?
¿Y usted entiende que está renunciando todos esos derechos en la hoja?
And you understand that if you don't have U.S. citizenship, this could also have immigration consequences.
Usted entiende, si no es ciudadano estadounidense, este caso, una contestación de culpable pudiera afectar su situación migratoria aquí.
Understand?
¿Entiende eso?
All right, were you driving a car in Fawn River Township on November 12th?
Usted estaba conduciendo un vehículo en la localidad de Fawn River el 12 de noviembre. Yes.
About midnight?
A eso de más o menos a la medianoche.
Where were you going?
¿A dónde iba? Perdón, no la escucho. Your Honor, the interpreter cannot hear. Hable en voz alta, por favor.
Ok, entonces salí a distraerme un rato.
I went out to distract my mind a little bit.
All right, were you driving a car?
Estaba conduciendo un auto.
What were you
Yes.
drinking?
¿Qué es lo que había tomado?
Cerveza.
Beer.
What kind?
¿Qué tipo?
Corona.
Corona.
How many do you think you had?
To nobody's surprise.
¿Cuántas cree que había consumido?
Como unas 8 cervezas.
Around 8 beers.
Mr. George, what was the blood alcohol here?
Licenciado George, ¿cuál era el nivel de alcoholemia aquí?
0.25.
Oh, boy.
0.25.
I think you left off about 10 beers.
Creo que usted restó como 10 cervezas.
That's a very high blood alcohol level.
It is.
Eso es un alto nivel de alcoholemia. Your Honor, the interpreter didn't hear the amount.
0.25, according to Mr. George.
El nivel de alcoholemia era 0.25, según el licenciado George.
I got to sort these out here in a minute. Does Mr. Ramirez need an interpreter?
Mr. Ramirez is not here, Your Honor. I
All
believe
right.
he might be in custody.
0.25 is close to 4 times the limit. That's more than a couple, 3 beers. That's a whole day of drinking, if he's just going with Coronas. Yeah, you ain't hitting 0.25 of 8 Coronas. Unless he just chugged 8, waited 45 minutes, and then drove off. There's no way 8 Coronas gets you to 0.25. You have to pee it out as well. I mean, oh, and by the way, thank you to the partial god for being a member for 18 months. Thank you. I can't get that message up on the screen. You know what, folks? I'm going to going to remove that one and go so you can see the chat on screen as well.
All right, we'll make a record on that in a moment. I have to set this matter for sentencing, sir.
Yo tengo que fijar fecha para la imposición de la condena en este caso, señor.
We'll set it for February.
Vamos a fijar la fecha para el mes de febrero.
Yeah, a dozen Coronas and then joyriding. Not a good choice, sir. Especially since you don't even have a driver's license.
Are you available, Mr. George, on Monday, February 9th?
Yes, sir.
Si está disponible, licenciado, el lunes, el 9 de febrero. Dice que sí.
I'll set it for February 9th at 11 a.m.
Vamos a fijar la fecha para el 9 de febrero a las 11 de la mañana.
I'm going to give you this form to take out to the probation department.
Le voy a entregar este formulario para llevar al departamento condicional.
By February, we will have 2 members of our staff in probation that speak Spanish.
Ya para febrero habrá dos personas del personal del Departamento de Libertad Condicional que habla español.
All right, now, how'd you get here today?
¿Cómo llegó aquí usted el día de hoy?
Me trajo una persona.
A person brought me.
Very good.
Who?
Muy bien.
You can't drive because you don't have a license.
Usted no puede conducir porque no tiene licencia.
So please don't get in any more trouble until I see you in February.
Por favor, no se vuelva a meter en problemas hasta que le vuelva a ver en el mes de febrero.
All right, you take that piece of paper out to the counter.
Lleve ese papel a la ventanilla.
And the clerks will give you more information about when you come back.
Le van a dar una hoja con la información de la próxima fecha de comparecencia.
All right, you're free to go.
Ya se puede retirar.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. 0.25 without a license.
All right, let's
And he
establish
walks out of the
that we don't have any
courtroom.
more need for an interpreter, so we can let our interpreter go. We have no contact with Daniel Ramirez. He may be in possible ICE custody. That is also, that's a domestic violence charge. So we won't need an interpreter for that matter.
Yeah. Oh no,
right,
he's
let
in
me find
ICE
that.
custody. Here's if you put marks on your spouse and are also, if it's found that you are illegally in the United States, fuck off. You won't be missed. As long as due process is followed.
I've mentioned this a lot. We had a lot of young Mexican and Central American men arrested for drunk driving last year. And I hope the trend doesn't continue to this year. Probably a third to 40% of our cases last year were young Mexican men. And the conduct is so reckless in the current environment we're in. But Mr. Mucio Gomez Arias is not present. He's charged with driving while license suspended in 2024 in file number 941. And he got the same charge again in September of 2025 in 2020252020. I'm going to do 2 bench warrants.
Legal limit in Mexico is
$250 each.
I saw the question here. If they drink and drive like that in their own country, and I checked, legal is 0.08, but it's stricter in Jalisco and Chihuahua with 0.03 or 0.04. So yeah, it's more or less the same as in the United States, I would assume. So we can't blame the culture if it's every bit as illegal in the home country.
Cash or surety, 48-hour hold. Ms. Strong, did you have any contact with him?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with a representative of his on December 11th. They confirmed the court date with me. I discussed the process to recall the 48-hour warrant and get the attorney pretrial rescheduled, and then they never made contact with me again.
Is Giselle Gonzalez here?
Yes, sir.
She doesn't need an interpreter, does she? Jacob Quezada?
He was that civil infraction. He does not need an interpreter. He's here and gone.
Very good. Jose Alex Rosario. Mr. Gibson is out there.
He's in the back.
He's in lockup.
Rosario's in the back.
All right. Is somebody helping Paul back there?
I'm not sure.
Let's see if we can round up Mr. Gibson.
Security, have you seen Gibson anywhere? He's off the plane out here.
Let's round him up. All right. Thank you all for your patience. This is typically our busiest day of the month. So we'll try to move things along here, but there's a lot to do. It often takes us all morning. Lonnie Daniel Williams is charged with driving suspended. Casey Strong is here. Do you need to talk to your client in custody, Mr. Jose Rosario?
I talked to both Argo and Rosario at the jail, so they should be ready to go.
Does Rosario need an interpreter?
No.
All right. Vivian, I guess you're good to go then. Thank you for your help.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. Lonnie Daniel Williams is file number 252220. Casey Strong is here. Lonnie Williams is not. Lonnie Williams has $1,571 with unpaid fines and costs, including several multiple driving suspended previous cases. Have you had any contact with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. He and I have played a vicious game of phone tag since I was assigned to the case. He knows his court date. I'm shocked that he's not here.
Well, he's got to get a $1,000 cash or surety bench warrant with a 48-hour hold.
Yeah, if for your
He's got
case won't get better by not going to
previously
court.
driving suspended, 3 previous driving suspended charges he hasn't paid the fine and costs on. Leads me to believe he doesn't take things very seriously. All right, Casey, what does that leave for you?
Nevaeh Horton is also a fail to appear.
Oh my.
I know. I have one last pretrial note. The rest are pleas.
That's not a good day for the attorney as well. Judge, none
Nevaeh
of my
Maria
clients are
Horton of
here.
Edwardsburg has failed to appear. File 252100. This is full of fail to appears. She didn't show up in December. She forgot. She didn't show up in October. All right. It was a very busy morning, but this one is kind of gets under my skin.
And I did call after her last attorney pretrial. I spoke with her grandmother. Her grandmother confirmed the process for getting a new court date and ensured me that Nevaeh would call and schedule an appointment.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Judge Middleton calling for Nevaeh Horton.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh. Somebody's going to have a bad morning. Get your ass down here. No, that's not what Judge Middleton would say.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Judge Middleton. I'm on the bench here at the court in Centerville with your lawyer, Casey Strong. You're supposed to be here this morning for your drunk driving charge, and you aren't here.
I tried to call my car. It's not
So I'm going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest, and you'll have 48 hours to turn yourself in. I'll set the bond.
I'll be there. Do I have to go to jail though?
Yeah, I'll set the bond at about $10 million. Yes, you need to get over here. We don't do court on a phone call. You failed to appear in October. You failed to appear in December. I have to call and wake you up. Yes.
My car is just not working. I have to get a ride. I can get an Uber.
Well, we aren't going to be able to do it today because your lawyer is not going to be here. So, Casey, when are you here next?
I have another thing with that. I've called them and she hasn't answered, so I was just going to come there without her.
I have not checked my voicemail yet today, but I have called repeatedly and not received communication.
Are you here next week?
On Friday?
No, any day next week.
I'm here on Tuesday.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the 9th parallel next week. No, I'm here next week. Wait a minute.
I'll be here
No, yes, I'm here next week. What day are you here next week?
Tuesday at 10 a.m.
All right.
Or Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
Ms. Horton, you're to be here Tuesday, January 6th, 2026 at 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m.
Or you'll sit in our jail until we can make arrangements to have your case resolved. There's a very serious charge. The prosecutor's made a plea offer. You've treated it like an old shoe. You need to be here Tuesday, January 6th at 9:30 a.m. Your lawyer will be here. I don't want a phone call. I don't want a passenger pigeon message. I want you to be here next Tuesday, January 6th at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You can go back to sleep. Thank you.
Wow. Well, he withdrew the bench warrant, so she's damn lucky. I would not have blamed him if he said, well, you're on a bench warrant, or I can send a cop car for you and you will spend time in jail until your next court appointment. I would not have blamed him. But now he gives her one more chance. So, all right, let's see if she... But that was amazing. Wow. And the first thing she does is, I would say she lied. Oh, I tried to call. My car broke down. Sure, lady. Sure. Bless your heart. Wow. Oh, Andy, thank you becoming a part of the Viking crew. Thank you so much. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's it's good enough for me that you join the streams. Oh, you thought you were a member? All right. Yeah. We really like Judge Middleton.
All right, we'll try this again. I don't know what I've got January 6th at 9:30, but
An attorney pre-trial.
I guess I do now. Prosecutor, well, they made a plea offer.
We'll get it figured out. Ronald Gaffney is just the last.
Honestly, I don't think that she will show up. She will find an excuse. That will be interesting on Tuesday.
Mr. Gaffney, would you come forward?
Tuesday the 6th. I should tune in on Judge Middleton.
The files have just been piling up here. I need to go ahead and have a seat, sir.
Okay, awesome.
All right, these are Gibsons.
I need to make a mental note to live stream Judge Middleton on Tuesday. So we will find out if she shows up or not.
Wow. All right, that's the Paul Gibson file. This is the Timothy George file. Good to have lots to do. I'm looking for the Casey Strong file. Are you Ronald Eugene?
All right.
All right. Are you Ronald Eugene Daphne?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Daphne, you're charged in this matter with aggravated assault. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. The matter has not been resolved. Your attorney is asking that we set this for a final pretrial. Are you still at the Madison Street address in Kalamazoo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I appreciate your being here, A, on time, and B, it's a trip from Kalamazoo down to here. I didn't have to call you and wake you up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But this is a serious charge. I don't know, the prosecutor did offer to reduce it to a lesser charge of assault and battery. That can be discussed further, but we'll set a final pretrial It'll be on a Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, probably in February. I don't have that date right now. But you stay in contact with your lawyer. You've done a good job of that. And I don't want you to get in any more trouble. There is a bond condition that you're not to have any contact with the complaining witness, Keegan Duke. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go.
Okay. I don't. You will never hear a judge in Swedish court saying the words "you're free to go" if there are restrictions. Because if there are restrictions, not free. But we are very, very bureaucratic in that kind of sense. Is this a master calendar hearing? This is pre-trials, misdemeanor pre-trial. So most of it is just, are you pleading guilty or do you need a new court date? And once in a while.
Thank you. I'm having a pretty good one. It's good to have a job. Got lots to do. We're still in the Casey Strong pile. We might as well just stay in it.
I'm not moving.
All right. All right. As I mentioned, we have 10 drinking driving cases today. We've taken a couple of pleas. We're about to take 3 more. Let's start with Tasha Camp. Paul, are your in custody guys ready?
They should be.
All right. When we finish with Casey, we'll do the in custody so they can get them back to the jail. And then we'll continue to move forward. Good morning. Go ahead and have a seat.
So they do go to jail for this as well.
This is file number 252266, People versus Tasha R. Camp. The reason I said R is I can't remember if it's Raina or Renee.
Renee.
All right. Anyway, that's you.
Yes.
And you're charged with operating while intoxicated. Here with your lawyer, Casey Strong. Prosecutors agreed to reduce that charge to a charge of impaired driving. Sir, could you take off your hat? Take off your head. All right. For the lesser charge of impaired driving, for everybody who may have this type of plea offer, it is a misdemeanor. We had one already this morning. It's better than operating while intoxicated, primarily because it allows you to keep a restricted driver's license to drive back and forth to work, school, treatment, or other limited purposes. It's punishable by a fine of up to $300, carries 4 points on your driving record. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No.
Or promise you anything?
No.
Sorry, I got a lot of paperwork to keep straight. And you got 55 cases. You have to just do them one at a time. Ouch. All right, let's take a look at your case. I did your arraignment, and we talked briefly about it. And looks like there's more to the story, as there often is. All right, we talked about this. This was Halloween night, October 31st at 9:30 at night. Were you driving a car North Main in Three Rivers?
Yes.
Where were you going?
To my friend's house right on Lovers Lane.
Had you been at a Halloween party or something?
No, I was leaving my house.
All right, you live in Portage.
Yes.
So you had driven from Portage down to Three Rivers?
Yes.
Okay. What had you been drinking?
I had a couple drinks of Fireball.
The blood alcohol, it says here, was a 0.188 and a 192. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. And she also had gastric bypass surgery in November of 2023. It's more of a note for probation, but it's relevant here.
It is.
Yeah. Even small amounts of alcohol, if you have a that kind of surgery?
That's a very high blood alcohol level. That's not a couple of shots of Fireball. And I was frightened when I saw it. A high percentage of people, a high percentage of people that get gastric bypass surgery develop alcohol problems because the alcohol doesn't stay in your stomach. It goes right into your intestines. And you have to drink enough to get to that level. That's a lot. This is more than 2 times the legal limit to drive a car. And the fact that you drove all the way from Portage to there with a 192 blood alcohol makes a hair stand up on the back of my neck. As far as I can tell, you've never been in any trouble for anything. This might be a good wake-up call. People that have gastric bypass can't drink to the same extent that other people can, but that doesn't make your blood alcohol that high. What made it that high was you drank a lot. You were also on medication, weren't you?
Yes.
Jesus. Lady.
All right, well, we'll get a handle on this. Let's take a look. Your lawyer's a little difficult to schedule because she's just difficult, but we'll see what we can find. She's often very busy in Kalamazoo on Mondays, which is when we do our census. So we try to find Wednesdays that might fit for her.
Thank you for that flexibility, Your Honor.
Case, oops. Are you available Wednesday, February 11th at 11?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Camp, we're going to get more information and get a handle on this.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let me make some notes. This again is a pretty good plea offer. You still work at the pharmacy?
Yes, I work at Bronson Cancer Center.
Yes, you got a very good job.
Yes.
I was proud of what you made of yourself. Like I said, this might be a good wake-up call. Set sentence for February 11th, 2026 at 11.
Yeah, I like Judge Middleton as well. I mean, he and Judge Simpson have the same type of approach. They will give you a chance, maybe even 2 chances. But if you screw up, they will hammer down on you like nothing you ever felt before. They are generous, but don't mistake their generosity for weakness. Sadly, there's a bunch of defendants who sometimes do that, and then they will find themselves in jail for quite some time.
All right, Ms. Camp, I want you to take this out to the counter. I'll give you information about time to come back. We try to do Ms. Stronk's cases on Wednesdays. And we might put a couple more in there before we're done. All right. You take care before I see you in February.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Her advice of rights was included in the packet,
And the next 2 should have included advice.
which I appreciate. Let's talk to Ms. Westfall. Casey, we'll probably set all 3 of these for the same day.
She looks barely old enough to drive.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, we don't know if what. Let's listen to what type of case this
There are
is.
some handwritten notes. I did confirm that change with both the magistrate and the prosecutor.
All right. This next matter is People versus Elena Sue Rose Westfall. That's you. You also got charged with operating while intoxicated. As I said, we had 10 or 11 of these today. Yours allegedly occurred on November 1st.
Yeah. Hello, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Yeah, so one on the way to the party, and this one trying to get home from the party. Yeah, thank you all for being here, by the way.
You got your ticket November 1st at 7:26 in the morning, which is a bit of an unusual time. Michigan Avenue, 131, right at the main four. At that time, you were living in Elkhart, is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you live in Sturgis now?
Yeah.
All right. They have agreed to reduce your charge to something called being a minor in possession of alcohol. That is a drinking driving offense, but it doesn't carry a jail sentence. It carries a fine. I'm still going to get the matter set for screening. Do you understand the charge?
Yeah.
Other than that, did anyone threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No.
Or promise you anything?
No.
I can put you on a probation, and I want to know more about this. Where were you going?
I was coming home from a friend's house.
All right, so this was the morning after, the night before. How old are you?
20. She was 19 at the time.
Well, the legal in the United States, 21. But I will not say that's a weird Dave. If Dave is still here. This is Michigan. Minor. She's not a minor at 19 or 20. She was too young to drink, but not too young to drive or vote. That's a weird. A minor in possession of alcohol. For me, that would be a 17-year-old or less. But she was 19 at the time. Illegal possession of alcohol. Don't put minor in there. Because she's not. She drove home from a party. That's a bad idea. Especially if you've been drunk as a skunk at the party.
Two things. You need a better ringtone, and please turn it off. Thank you. All right. Where were you coming from?
Three Rivers.
To where?
Back home, Elkhart.
Oh boy, what were you drinking?
I had a few mixed drinks.
Mixed of what?
Yeah, vodka juice.
What was the blood alcohol here?
0.130 and 0.125 on a breathalyzer.
This is a very generous plea offer.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought. You're a 0.13 and you're going to drive from Three Rivers to Elkhart. You're 19 years old. You're drunk. It's 7:30 in the morning, and you're going to drive 40 miles. Again, makes a
Yeah. That means it was a hell of a night the night before. She was caught 7 in the morning. She started driving maybe 7:40. She started driving 45 minutes earlier. So she woke up and said, "Oh, I want to go home," and then drove off. And if she still has 0.125 the morning after, let's assume she stopped drinking at 1 a.m. She would have been up to 0.18 when she stopped drinking. Maybe even as far up as 0.2. For that age, that's unconscious.
hair stand up on the back of my neck. But the plea that is here, you can't go to jail for it, I suppose, unless you violate your probation. But this looks like we may need to look at probation. What do you do, ma'am?
I'm a caregiver
And where's that?
here in Centerville.
All right, so this won't suspend your license. That's a benefit also.
And she's just sitting there, swagging the chair. Yeah, she will come back if that's her attitude. Hi, Kimsey.
All right, we're going to set this for the same date, February the 9th to 6 at 11.
Hey, Lethal Lauren in the house. Just to say, it is currently 5 p.m. where I am. I haven't decided yet if it will be a slightly bust Friday yet. I haven't decided yet. Waiting for some news/information at the moment regarding a separate matter. And depending on the outcome of that, it will either be a slightly bust at 5 p.m. Eastern, or it won't. But I will let you know as soon as I find out.
How'd you end up in Sturgis?
I have friends, family.
All right, screening sentencing 2/9/26 at 11. All right, I'm interested to learn more about this, about you. Glad you didn't end up as a newspaper story about having a fatal accident on the drive home. But we'll explore this further on February the 9th.
Oh, he's going
right,
to
you
force
take-
her to talk on sentencing.
This form out to the counter, and they'll give you more information about preparing the screening. All right, Paige Alexander.
Thank you.
Is this also around Halloween?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's take a look at your case. This feels like a Monday because we had 2 days off. It's a Friday. I looked at these all Tuesday, I guess, which was our last working day.
Yeah, who has a t-shirt to court där? General advice, folks, if you have to go to court, dress up. George will appreciate it.
Well, I don't think I'm crazy. I think this case didn't make it into my queue. It's not in there, so I have to do a scavenger hunt for it. Excuse me.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you got a ticket here in Centerville on October 30th at about 10 o'clock at night. You're charged with operating while intoxicated.
Another drunk driver.
According to the notes from your lawyer, prosecutors agreed to reduce this to a charge of impaired driving. Is that your understanding? Did you hear what I said about the other impaired driving cases? Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this or promise you anything? Now, you, after this, took the bull by the horns and went into treatment. Is that correct? You have to say yes or no.
Yes,
And I say, good for you. Where did you go?
I went to Skywood Recovery in Augusta. I'm currently still doing outpatient as well.
All right, that's all good stuff.
Good choice, miss. I will ignore that you're wearing a t-shirt to court.
What do you do? What's your job?
I'm a CNA at Bronson Methodist Hospital.
All right, well, let's talk about this day, which we do every time. I start with this question. Where were you going?
I was at my friend's house.
All right, this was at Canal and 11th Street. You live in Centerville.
Yeah.
You were in Three Rivers going to that friend's house or
I
coming?
was there. I was at her house.
All right, then you were leaving there.
No, I had pulled in.
Okay, where did you come from on the way to her house? All right. How did you get there? Did you drive down River Road or did you go down M86?
My friend followed me on M86.
Okay.
86, yeah.
Now, October 30th of last year was a Thursday night. What were you drinking?
I was drinking Monaco.
How many did you have?
I had 3.
Monaco's got quite a bit of alcohol in it. I think it's about 9%. So one 12-ounce can of Monaco is about equivalent to 2 cans of Bud Light. But if they're 16 ounce, it's even more. What was the blood alcohol?
0.17.
All right, well, that's pretty high. It's more than 2 times the legal limit, but obviously you got a wake-up call, went into treatment. That doesn't happen very often.
Good choice, defendant.
Did your insurance pay for it? Most people don't have the benefit of that. Nobody made you do it. You just decided that you need to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. All right, we're going to set this for the same date, Casey Strong Day, February the 9th, 2026 at 11.
February the 11th?
February the 9th at 11. That was the date we picked. No, it's February 11th. I wrote the wrong day on those. The 11th is a Wednesday. Yes, February 11th. I better get those days right. February 11. Oh, we gave those people probably the wrong date.
I'll reach out to them.
February 11th, the Wednesday. Got it right on Miss Camp. Miss Westfall got the wrong information.
I might even be able to catch her.
Good. All right, Miss Alexander. You stay with your aftercare. And you don't have much baggage, if anything, on your driving record. This is going to restrict your driver's license to drive back and forth to work, but it won't suspend it, and that's a benefit. You take that out to the counter. The clerk will give you more information about Wednesday, the 11th.
Okay. Thank you.
And just make sure
Thank you.
Ready for Rosario?
Yes.
Lonnie Williams?
Well, I don't have Paul. Says for sentence 211. Keith, what are you here for? Okay. I was going to get you on your way, but thanks for your help with a couple of Rhonda's cases. I appreciate it. Hi, Mr. George, you're here, ready to go. Oh, here's Paul. Let's bring in first Mr. Rosario, and then we'll bring in Mr. Argo. Paul, we're going to do your 2 in custody, guys, if you're ready.
Yes.
For sentence to 11/26 and 11. Who's got Mr. Cap?
John Bush.
I thought all his cases were taken care of as part of the felony case. Do we have a bunch of stuff left over?
But that's the case, I wasn't aware of that.
All right, do we know what's going on with his cases?
I can look.
Hello, good morning.
How are we doing today?
Good.
Excellent.
Here we go with people who have been incarcerated or put in jail for the time being. George Middleton said earlier he would clump those together, so one after another, and then they can go back to where they came from.
Good morning, sir. Are you Jose
Yes, sir.
Alex Rosario Jr.?
Yes, sir.
What are you?
File number is 252512SM. According to this, Mr. Rosario, you've been in custody for 28 days. You're charged with receiving, concealing stolen property and unlawful use of a license plate. Receiving, concealing stolen property less than $200 is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The license plate charge would be dismissed. Do you understand?
I do, sir. You're on.
I would assume that this means he will have time served coming to him.
It looks like so far the only case that wasn't in there was Miss Alexander. You got charged with receiving, concealing a license plate that was stolen or having reason to know that the plate was stolen. Other than the fact that the other charge is dismissed, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge
No, Your Honor.
or threaten you?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gibson, did you do an advice of rights with Mr. Rosario?
I didn't do a written one, but I did
All
give
right,
him a verbal.
we'll go through it here. Do you understand that by pleading to this charge, you'll be giving up the right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Gibson has been appointed to represent you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You'd have a right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Did you take a stolen license plate and put it on your car?
I did, Your Honor.
All right. How did you come to have it?
I just found it and put it on.
You can tell him what was in the report.
Oh, okay. What happened was I took the license plate, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm homeless. I was trying to get enough money to get a hotel room, and I was doing deliveries for Walmart. So pretty
All right,
much,
we're going to call it good here. You've got another case which is holding you in custody, which is set for sentencing a little later in January. Over 28 days, credit 28 days. 0 additional days to serve. Fine is 0. I'm going to waive your attorney fee. The minimum fine is $125 or 2 additional days, which is going to be concurrent with the case you're pending sentence on, a drinking, driving charge, and a fleeing looting. That's 252289. All right, that $125 will get swallowed up by the time that you're already doing. But that resolves this case. I appreciate your straightforward response to this. This was something that I regret. All right, do you have any questions, sir?
Not at all, there you go.
All right, you're good to go. Let's bring in Mr. Argo. Paul, when we finish these, we'll segue back to Mr. George's cases so you can talk to some of the other clients. Mr. Argo has also been in custody for a while here.
Oh, Judge Middleton. St. Joseph County. The Chatham County Superior. No?
Good morning, Mr. Argo.
St. Joseph.
You and I are both much younger at one time.
Yes.
We're going through life at the same rate. But I got a bit of a head start on you.
You did a lot better for yourself also.
What's that?
I said you did a lot better for yourself also.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. See how you're doing. Wanted to see how long you've been in jail here. I've been tracking this because you're coming up on 28 days.
I've never had a
2060.
felony, sir.
No?
No.
That's something. Well, you've been shooting yourself in the foot for 25 years or 30 years. Let's talk about this case. You're charged with domestic violence, second offense. Allegation is you assaulted someone named Charles Joseph Snyder. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. This says you're just going to enter a plea to that charge?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and he's asking for a no contest plea because he has a hazy memory of the incident.
All right.
That would account for most of his days nowadays.
By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand?
Yes.
And are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Ms. Stoll, do you know if we have any victim input from the complainant here? Mr. Argo, do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by a lawyer. Mr. Gibson is here with you. You could also hire a lawyer of your own choosing if you wish. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. Understand?
Yes.
All right. All right, this happened allegedly on December 6th. The police were dispatched out to Haynes Road. Is this that dilapidated house that a bunch of people are living in?
It's a no farmhouse. She's got, I think, 2 or 3 other guys in there right now.
All right.
Rain.
Whose house is it?
Shannon.
Okay, this
Roberts.
is Shannon Roberts' house. Okay, it's not the one I was thinking of. So you were staying there?
Yes, I've stayed there a few years now.
All right.
I put an addition on it a few years back, moved upstairs in the house, and we become friends, you know, she's like a sister to me, kind of.
Okay, well, she's, all right, anyway, you got into it somehow with this guy, Snyder. And it says here, Robert was in the basement yelling. He got back from Menards. Robert was sober. Jesse and Robert were in a lean-to outside when Robert began drinking. He was going to go inside and beat Tim Parr up. When Jesse returned to the residence, he got into a commotion in the basement and discovered Charles on his back. Robert standing over him, actively punching him in the head and mouth. He saw Robert punch Charles at least 5 times before he separated them. Charles says you punched him in the face several times and knocked one of his teeth loose, pulled his shirt overhead and punched him in the face. That doesn't sound like much fun. And it's a no contest plea here. I'd ask you what the fight was about, but I need to set the matter for sentencing, but I need to get input from Mr. Snyder. Ms. Stoll, have we heard anything from him?
The victim did return a victim impact statement to our office. I'm not sure if he'd like to be here for sentencing, but he indicated that he's lost sleep over the incident.
All right, that's the kind of case I need to set for victim input, so thank you for that. Does this Snyder live at Shannon's house also?
Yes.
Well, I got to figure that out. Either he can't be there or you can't be there. I want to hear what he has to say.
Actually, I have nowhere else to go.
Well, maybe he doesn't care.
There's not gonna be nothing else. No problem between us.
All right, well,
I could tell you what I do know, you know.
all right, well, we'll save that for the sentence, but let's get, today is January the 2nd. Oh, that'll work out great. Paul, you're set to be here Thursday, January the 8th in the afternoon for some pre-trials.
Oh, yeah.
So let's set this for January 8th. It's not 10 days, but it'll be enough. January 8th at 2 p.m. Bond is canceled.
Hey.
We've been unable to post it anyway.
This is Judge
You are a
Middleton.
handsome young man, Mr. Argo.
I should maybe
Might be a nice guy.
Yeah.
put that in.
My lifespan had a rough path. We need victim input and police report. I don't know if he had to get his teeth fixed.
Yeah, they only have the prettiest piece anyway.
Who else? Does Tim Parr live in there too?
Yeah, he just started, but Shannon says that she booted him the same day or the next day that this happened. That was the main thing right there, is what happened.
Oh, well, I'll hear him board out the sentence. All right. Pled to domestic violence second, set for sentence.
This is general
January the
pre-trial
8th,
conferences,
26
if you
at
ever,
2
if you
p.m.
wanted.
All right, Mr. Argo, you're good to go. I'll see you next Thursday. Is that it?
No, we got.
Yeah. Oh, we got more in custody?
There's 3.
Oh, gee. Who else?
Fletcher and Owen.
I have Mr. Fletcher, Your Honor. He's prepared to enter a plea.
Let's do him next.
I do have Mr. Sloan, who we're just resetting for the last free trial.
We'll do him and then.
Okay, let me take these files. I do have a couple of people that are just asking for last pre-trials.
All right, we'll take care of them too. Okay.
Okay, skip ahead to when they get their papers in order.
I got out there and got caught up in a couple of other matters, a landlord tenant case and others. I thought I'd better bring in water. Who are we doing next, Mr. George?
This is Mr. Fletcher, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's nice grades right there in the top.
What have you got?
There was three cases that, two of them were asking for last pretrial, Bruce Verway and Brody Johnson. And then Patrick Jones were asking to be reset.
I will do those in a minute. Some of those guys owe me money. They owe the court money. I don't want to talk about that. So let me finish this and we'll address those. Mr. Jones owes $804. Mr. Johnson owes $1,305. I want to track that stuff down.
Happy New Year's, Kelly.
All right, good morning, sir. Are you Travis D. Fletcher?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fletcher, you're charged here with aggravated assault. We just did one of these a little bit ago. Aggravated assault is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Complaint says that on or about December 19th, you assaulted someone named Allison Morrissey in the village of Centerville and did inflict a serious or aggravated injury. According to this, you're going to enter a plea to that charge. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No, sir.
Promise you anything?
No, sir.
And you've signed the advice of rights acknowledging that you're giving up your right to have a trial and everything that goes with it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Who is Allison Morrissey to you?
I don't know that person at all.
All right, well, let's find out what happened. Were you in Centerville on that day in December?
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
Okay.
All right. You're from Dowagiac?
Yes, sir.
How'd you happen to be in Centerville that day?
I was headed to the Three River Center.
Probation center?
Yes, sir.
All right. How are you going to get there?
I was gonna have to walk.
Did they let you out of jail?
Yes, sir.
So you're on your way from the jail to walk to the probation center?
Yeah.
They didn't give you a ride?
No.
Well, it says here you ran into Yoder's Market, ran up to a woman near the donuts, pushed the woman through the glass doors of the donut display, and then ran out the store. The woman got cuts on the arm and the left side of her face.
Yeah, prison.
This poor lady is in there. And then what happened? They took you back to jail?
Yeah.
Were you mad about something?
No, sir.
This is Michigan, St. Joseph County, Michigan. Hi, M11969. Judge Middleton.
So do you have a hold on you from circuit court?
Yeah.
All right, who put you in the probation center? Judge Stutzman or a Cass County judge?
Your Honor, when I was at the jail, I think my understanding is he is currently on probation out of Cass County.
All right. Well,
so he was in jail, let out on probation, and the first fucking thing he does is tackling a woman through a glass door. Don't take a plea deal. Please, prosecutor, do not take a plea deal on this guy. If he can't even behave from jail to probation office without trying to kill somebody, society needs to be protected.
To sort that out.
And Your Honor, in speaking with him in the back, I know that the court's going to set another day for sentencing, but obviously there's some significant mental health concerns here. My client did indicate that he has some diagnosed issues that he's not being treated for at this time. I asked if he had met with anybody at from Pivotal at the jail. He has not. So I don't know if the court could push to get.
I'd like to get a Pivotal referral.
Because I think that that's going to be a significant part of what happens.
Well, this is a mental, just by reading it. He runs in there, pushes a random lady through the donut case.
Yes, sir.
Which is one of my favorite places at Yoder's, is the donut case. All right, and he's on probation out of Cass County.
Okay, so, okay. Michigan justice system, partly to blame. If they know this guy is mental, then get him evaluated.
You've been in custody for 14 days. Miss Stoll, there are probably issues about, it sounded like they took the lady to the hospital. It's probably medical bills and other issues. Let's see what we got here. Mr. George, can you be available on Wednesday, January 21st at 11?
Yes, sir.
Need victim input, police report. Info regarding Cass County probation. And pivotal info. All right, I set this out about 19 days from now, but it doesn't look like you're going to be able to get out anyway because there's a hold on you from the Cass County Circuit Court case.
Generally, this is all around.
I'll set this for sentence for January 20.
Yeah, I agree with Gigi here. We need mental institutions reinstated, just more ethical care. And I agree with this because there are a portion of the population who cannot take care of themselves. Now, back in the 70s and 80s, before most of that was closed down, it was overused. But we should have learned from those mistakes and be at least selective. Better, more selective. Who really cannot be outside in society? And as Judy says, being in jail or prison doesn't help him. And people get hurt. People get violent. People get killed. Because it's, I don't know, it's easier to put people in jail or prison. Yeah, but they will sooner or later, unless they receive a life sentence, they will re-enter society and cause more problem. So not having these mental health institutions only postpones the problem.
2026 at 11 a.m. All right, I'm gonna have a lady, Lauren, come see you at the jail, Mr. Fletcher.
Yeah.
She works at Pivotal. She's our jail liaison. And so you can expect maybe somebody to come meet with you and talk about this. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Warren.
All right, Tim, let's take your LPTs.
That's Mr. Sloan, Your Honor. He's the only one that I have set for LPT.
All right. And we'll do Mr. Gibson's.
No,
Your
Dahlia,
Honor,
we are
as
not
always, I
talking
went and
about
talked to
you.
Dan, and he said whenever you're ready, you can call, but we worked out an agreement. If you don't need it, she's in the back.
Okay, very good. Are you John Wilfred Sloan?
Correct.
Mr. Sloan, you're charged here with assault and battery and illegal entry. Look at this. There's apparently no plea offer here.
What software is this? Rumble Studios. Rumble Studios, Dali. I have to minimize the risk of Dave just jumping in all the time.
Allegation alleges that you assaulted someone named Veronica Flores in the village of White Pigeon on September 9th, and you also illegally entered apparently her apartment at 820 West Chicago Road. So they're both misdemeanors, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Those matters are not resolved, and you're asking for a final pretrial?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, who is this Miss Flores to you?
It's my cousin's girlfriend.
All right. Well, there's a condition you not have any contact with her. Do you understand?
Yeah.
At least I would guess there would be. Let's take a look.
Yeah, Dave's in Sweden, so he can actually just drive here. Now, I'll be out in about an hour and a half for a thing. So I can do another hour.
All right. I can't tell whether it is or not, but I'm telling you, don't have any contact with that person. It doesn't appear that you owe the court any money that I could see. So I'll set this for a final pretrial. It'll be set on a Thursday afternoon, probably in February. But you're good to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, the only other brief one that I had is Mr. Wagner.
Well, let's do that.
Mr. Wagner is a case that's been reset a number of times because he's at the forensic center. He's on a petition up there. So it's my understanding the prosecutor's office is going to dismiss that charge.
Daniel Robert Wagner, file number 251827SM, is charged with malicious destruction of property over 200 but less than 1,000. He's still at the forensic center?
That's correct, Your Honor.
On this or another case?
He was adjudicated NGRI in circuit court. So it's pursuant to the order of the circuit court.
The agreement stole?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, excuse me. All right, this matter will be dismissed. I'd ask for a nollie to make it official. I don't know what it means. It's short for nollie proseque, which means no further proceedings. Charge is being dismissed.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Gibson, let's take care of your short cases and then we'll do Miss Owens.
Bruce Burway was one that was asking for a last pretrial.
All right. Minute here.
Happy New Year, Tori. Good to have you here. Okay.
Mr. Verway, you're charged with operating with a high blood alcohol level out on Frank Jones Road near the Kettle Dairy Farm, and possession of a firearm while intoxicated. 2 counts. There apparently is no plea offer here. It just says as charged. So you wish to have this set for a final pretrial, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Verway, do you still live in Schoolcraft?
No.
Don't tell me your street, but what town are you in?
3 Rivers.
All right, we're gonna need to get an updated address from you, contact information.
Yeah, okay. It seems like he wants to fight these charges.
11 o'clock at night. Crashed into a barn. Two, three, three. All right. I want you to go out to the counter and we need current contact information. I don't see that you owe us any money, but it's a serious charge. There doesn't appear to be any plea offer. Maybe there would be further discussions regarding resolving the case, but for the time being, we'll set it for a final pretrial on Thursday. So you go out to the counter, give them your address, phone number, email, and then you're good to go. All right.
Thanks, Anna.
Brody Jack Johnson. Yes.
Subbing in on Larson.
Oh, on Johnson altogether, or just one?
On one of the 2.
All right. All right. Good morning, sir. Are you Brody Jack Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, in file number 252083, you're charged with larceny under $200. Mr. Gibson was appointed to represent you in that case. Mr. Truckee is going to come into that one. So he represents you in that case, and he's asking for a final pretrial. File 252126. Mr. Gibson represents you in that matter, and that charges assault and battery. We're going to set both of those for a final pretrial conference on a Thursday afternoon. You've got a bond condition that you're not to have any contact with Nathan Johnson or Mitchell Solomon.
No, I think I'm not supposed to have any contact with Mitchell David Solomon.
Okay.
Nathan Johnson, my brother.
All right, then Mitchell Solomon. We'll set these for the same day. You have $1,305 with unpaid fines. Rest of it is. I can just put you in jail and wipe these out. Would you like me to just do that?
No, I can. My brother should have you guys on speed dial for like.
Well, the snow would be melted by then.
He should be getting extra work and shit. And plus, he has my Social Security.
If I give you like 90 days and wipe all this out, it would be early March.
Mr. Johnson's brother is paying for some benefits.
All right, I want you to stop out at the counter. You've been blowing off all these fines since 2021. There's going to be some resolution of these. Some are booking fees, which I can make go away, but some of these are driving charges. There's a use of a controlled substance charge, and it's not good that you're ignoring $1,300 worth of fines. So we'll address this again when I see you at the final pretrial. I want to see whether you've made any payment on this. But I want you to go out to the counter and check on the payment plan on your unpaid fine and cost. I'm going to collect all the overdue money by the time I retire for the court. Then they can help build a new courthouse. All right, you go out to the counter and you got 2 lawyers. They'll give you a new date and we'll deal with this in a bit. All right, you're good to go.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, ladies, there's 2 files. Laura, if you come get these, one is Johnson and one is Verway, that they need to provide information to the clerks. Autumn Lane, file number 252513. She called and failed to appear, but she said that her car broke or something. Let's see what that email says. This is a popular pastime on Friday morning. Her ride had an accident, so she won't be able to make it to court. I'll try to believe it, but we'll reset APT for February 6th. Are you here that day, Paul?
I believe so, and that was also the day that we could have Mr. Jones' cases reset.
Yes, Patrick Jones is in the same boat.
He's here, but he did show up late, but he's
good.
asking, there's some reports that I still need for one of the cases.
Mr. Jones, would you come forward, please? I'm glad you're here. You're Patrick Bernard Jones. You're charged with retail fraud.
Oh.
And retail
Not
fraud,
a drunk
2 separate
driver.
cases. I'm going to ask for a final pretrial because you need more information. Is that correct, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, I would have if the court wants to set it for a last pretrial, set them, that's fine. Or if the court would set them for the February 6th date for attorney pretrials, that would also be acceptable.
All right, let's try that. Mr. Jones, you came from Sturgis?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to actually give you a notice for that February 6th date. One is a retail fraud 2nd degree. One is a retail fraud in the 3rd degree. The more serious one is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. We'll set this for Friday, February 6th, 2026 at 8:30. Courtroom C, pretrial conference. Stay in contact with your lawyer. Very often there are videos of these. So maybe a circumstance where your attorney wants to see the video, maybe watch it with you, give it that. And we'll address this further on February 6th. And I'm glad you made it here. You're good to go. Yes.
That's on your schedule, but 2 in custody, I'd like to get them back.
We're gonna do Catherine Owens next.
Perfect, okay.
Who's the other one you got?
John Cap.
All right. Have we seen John Bush? I don't know what's going on with John Cap.
We haven't seen him here yet.
John took a plea on another case, and I thought we took care of everything. We'll find out.
Do we need Dan for this?
I don't know. Hi, we're gonna deal with Catherine Owens. All right, thanks. Bye. You don't have a new case, just the PV. Is that correct?
I believe she does have a new case assigned to Attorney Singer, but I don't have any further information.
I think that got moved.
That's not up this morning.
Yes. Good morning, Ms. Owens.
And she has been in custody on this since the 18th of December.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
According to the jail, she has 16 days credit. I think Daniel is the only one in probation this morning.
Yes.
The old probation clerk is coming back as a probation officer. Priscilla is going to be a probation officer.
I'm so excited for her.
Yes, so we were happy to have her back, and we've hired a young woman named Evelyn Busio from Sturgis, who's going to be the probation clerk. So we're going to get fully populated down there. This is file number 252202FY, People versus Catherine Owens. That's you. And we've met. Miss Owens, you're in custody for a couple of things, but this one is a probation violation. It's the second one. I think we had a bond violation, and then immediately after you were on probation, it resulted in this arrest. So let me get to the correct file here. It started as a felony. It's 2202FY. It's 25 case. You were placed on probation under domestic violence with a deferral on December 3rd, and then you got arrested a few days after that. Your probation officer, Daniel, was a bit frustrated with this because we hardly got off the dime. He's alleged that you violated your probation by violating another criminal law, failing to report, failing to pay fines and costs, failing to abstain from the use of drugs or alcohol, failed to participate in treatment, and failed to abstain from the use of assaultive or threatening behavior. According to this, you're going to plead to conditions 8 and 10, the use of alcohol or failing to test. Is that correct? As a violation of your probation?
I don't understand the failing to test part.
Well, it's just, all right, do you acknowledge that you consumed alcohol?
I did, but at first I wasn't thinking, but then immediately after that I did submit to it.
All right. You're here with your lawyer, Casey Strong. She was your original attorney in this case and negotiated this plea agreement that put you on the probation. Alcohol is a big factor here, and you're spending much of the last 90 days in jail. And we try to get a handle on it. My intention is to continue your probation rather than just pull the pin and see if we can make some progress. But do you understand, you do have a right to have a hearing on this where it must be established, at least beyond a preponderance, that you violated the terms of your probation. Ms. Strong would be here to represent you. But you can also simply acknowledge that you consumed alcohol on that day. Do you understand?
I did.
And it resulted in a new charge, I think, also, but that's a separate matter, and you're represented by a different lawyer in that case. So what it says here is they're going to recommend time served, which would be 16 days. You're going to admit the violation, and I'm going to continue your probation. Is that your understanding?
Well, if I did time served, why do I still have to do probation?
Because I don't want you to get drunk and get in a fight again. I want to get it.
It's time served for the violation. Okay, just stop. The reason I was drinking is because I was stressed out.
Yes.
Because
We don't.
All right, and then you can tell me that. That's we're going to end up playing. What were you stressed out about?
Because I had a job to cover my court fines, and immediately after that hearing on the 3rd, the following day I was fired because I missed one day because I'd only been there for a few days at that point. So I lost my employment, and then my husband absolutely refused to help me pay for any of my fines, and that's why I hadn't done any of the anger management yet because I couldn't afford it. I was starting to look for work. That's what I was doing, and in that 2 weeks time.
Everybody else's fault.
So stressed out and fed up about it. Yes, I took a moment to myself and I got a beer. Yes, I did.
Say that again.
From December 3rd.
I heard that part,
Right,
but the last
when I got fired. And then from December 3rd to the day that I was arrested, those 2 weeks, I didn't drink anything. I wasn't doing anything that I was not supposed to be doing. And I was so stressed out. My husband was just refusing to help me with it. After he and my son were the reason I lost my job that I got to pay for my court fines, and my husband still was not going to help me with it. I was very stressed out. And then my son's girlfriend got involved.
Well, you said the last thing, and I didn't, you did something and then you drank. What were you drinking?
The same thing I had the last time.
Which was Natty Lights.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
All right, Daniel, what's your thought here?
Well, a vast majority about like not getting in treatment and stuff. I mean, realistically, she was only on here for 2 weeks. I do think that that she struggles with alcohol, and I do think that there's possibly some issues with some anger, and there might be mental health that I don't know about because it's only been 2 weeks. So I would like to keep her on probation and hopefully get some services in place that can help her make better decisions going forward.
Yeah, you've got an attorney pretrial on the new domestic violence charge in front of Judge Pattison on 17th of this, no, what's that say for? 16th of January. All right, I'm gonna follow the deal. I'm gonna give you 16 days, credit 16 days. I set this for today because it's sometimes hard for your attorney to schedule cases in Centerville, and I knew she would be here today.
I'm always happy to come down here. Just not on a Monday.
Okay. 16 days, credit 16 days, 0 fine and cost, probation is continued. Daniel, do you need to see her?
Not right now.
Are you gonna
Just give me a call when she gets out.
I don't. All right. I don't know what the deal is in the other case. I don't have it in front of me.
I believe the bond in the other case was 5,000 cash surety, 10%.
Has it been posted?
Might as well pay that either.
All right.
So that means I'm going to be stuck in here till the 17th.
Well, we could discuss it further with Mr. Knopfinger, but the answer is maybe yes. I only have this case in front of me. All right. We'll take a look at that. Mr. Knopfinger, I don't think was here today, and I think his case has got adjourned that we're set for today. So as busy as it is, we're missing Miss Ives, we're missing Luke, and maybe somebody else. All right, Miss Owens, you're good to go. The deferral is still open. What? Who we got left? Bring him in. Let's figure out what the heck is going on here. All right, folks, stick with me. Let's see how we're gonna do. Sometimes we end up with no lunch. Good morning, Mr. Cap. Morning.
Okay, let's keep.
Today, back these down. Everybody have a seat, thank you. I had some confusion about these cases, and I was hopeful maybe today would help clear it up. But so far, there's still some confusion. Mr. Cap is charged in file number 251245 with malicious destruction. Oh, wait a minute. It's not him. With driving with a suspended license, second offense from April 4th of 2025. Open and tox in a motor vehicle from that same date. Another driving suspended, second offense from June of 2025. Those are all set for an attorney pretrial today with Attorney John Bush. Mr. Bush isn't here. We don't know where he is. My secretary's tried to contact him. Mr. Cap has got a number of cases set for jury trial for February 11th. I thought we'd resolve some of this stuff. He has several cases set for jury trial in front of Judge Pattison. Altogether, there's about 10 of these. I took a plea. Well, no, he's bound over to circuit court on 24513 FY, pending, I think, a felony trial. And I thought I'd resolved some of these. Apparently not. At any rate, there was a plea offer, but Mr. Bush isn't here, and I don't know what the deal is. Mr. Cap, I'm hopeful we can resolve this stuff before you have a jury trial on February 11th. But I'm going to set these all for a pretrial conference in front of Judge Pattison. Set all cases for January 16th at 8:30. Did you had a trial date on your circuit court case? Is that this month?
As far as I know, Your Honor, we came to a conclusion on impaired, and I was trying to be screened for
sobriety
court, as well as I had 2 driving on suspensions with the city and 2 with with 2 with you and 2 with him.
Yes, and I thought, frankly, I thought everything was taken care of, but these things were still hanging out there.
Yeah,
Maybe Mr. Bush thinks so too, but no one's here to resolve the question. You're set for sentencing in front of me.
The 9th, I think, of February.
Yes. I thought we had resolved all of this stuff, but maybe there were some things that weren't on my radar.
I was under the assumption it was allowing another to drive a motor vehicle, possibly.
It was. That's what the plea offer is.
And then it was getting all bunched up, but I'm not sure exactly what.
Well, there was so much stuff, and you and I had a discussion of this. Screening and sentencing is set for January 20th, 6. All right, let me look at that case. Two 52477. Gosh, there's so much stuff in here. Oh, $3,000 in unpaid fines and costs. Has jury trial set for January 2026 in circuit court. I don't think these things were addressed. They're all left hanging out. So I'm going to reset them. They may end up being dismissed in the light of everything else that's going on, but I'm going to reset these for January 16th at 8:30 in front of Judge Pattison, who's got all those other cases which are set for jury trial. And I don't know what the status of your circuit court case is. Now, here's Rhonda sending me an email. She must be watching the channel.
status of my circuit court is.
We resolved a felony DUI case. He's scheduled for sentencing 1st of February. You left open the option for sobriety court, but not very hopeful. All right, all I don't know is these cases are still out there. Your lawyer's not here. We're gonna reset them for January 16th in front of Judge Pattison. Maybe you can resolve all these traffic cases that are still pending. But in the meantime, you go back to jail and get lunch. All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right. We're still plugging away here. Mr. Truckey's got a couple of clinkers. Let's do Cole Kindig.
Yeah, he's having a busy day today, Judge Middleton. Is this a DUI
This is
or
file
not?
number 252335OD. Are you Cole Michael Kindig?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kindig, you were charged with operating while intoxicated.
Drunk driving.
Yes.
Prosecutors agreed to reduce this to a lesser charge of impaired driving. This is a White Pigeon ordinance case. Mr. Coaches from the village of White Pigeon has offered to reduce this to impaired. You've been waiting patiently all morning, as everybody has, to understand that impaired driving is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300.
Yes, sir.
Carries 4 points, but would allow you to keep a restricted
Over and
driver's
under
license,
1
drive back and forth and in the course of
0.15.
employment and other limited purposes.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about your case. Well, good morning, Rhonda, wherever you are. Gotta get out of Mr. Cap's cases. Well, this one isn't in the queue either. So that's the second time that's happened. Oh, there it is. Still only one, Miss Alexander. All right, let's talk about your ticket, Mr. Kindig. You got it at 1:27 in the morning on November 16th
Yes.
at Chicago Road and Kalamazoo Street in White Pigeon. That's just down the road from the Tomahawk. Is that where you were?
My buddy just bought a brand new house in Elkhart. I went down there and we had a few drinks. I had a couple beers and a couple shots when I first got there. And then I waited a while to leave, and I thought I was okay.
Well, you didn't wait quite long enough. Your blood alcohol is 0.105. You accept that?
105.
That's what the ticket says.
I think on the PBT, Your Honor, they did the breath test and it came back as a 0.096, 0.094.
All right, 0.096.
He should have waited another hour.
If you slept a little more, you might have got under the.
I'm not giving general advice on how to count to when you are good with driving after drinking. 1 hour per beer or shot. And then when say you had 3 beers and 4 shots, 7 hours, and then add 2 hours. But everybody is different. Some process it fast, some process it slower. I don't drive anywhere the entire day after. So if I'm having the slightly bust tonight, I'm not driving the entire Saturday.
Legal limit, but this was still over the limit. All right, what do you do, sir?
So during the day, I'm a union pipe fitter, and then after work, I go out and plow snow.
You've been busy lately.
Yeah, long days.
You live in Portage?
I live in Kalamazoo.
So your living depends on you having a driver's license, and you still. What was this?
All right, I'll accept your plea. Unless, where did I put you, Mr.
That's on a
George,
fucking
for sentences?
Tuesday. You idiot. You're a union pipe fitter and you plow streets. Your entire living depends on you being able to drive. And you go out to drink on a fucking Monday evening. You moron. Jesus. That's stupid.
I think I filled up that date.
Was that the 9th, Your Honor?
9th, I think, is full. Let's take a look.
Oh, so
there's 3 on there already. Plus,
Gigi has a power outage. That's not nice. Sorry to hear that, Gigi. Hope it works out.
one of them is Mr. Cap. Are you available on the 16th?
Of February?
Yes.
Yes. I can
Are
be
you, Mr.
available.
George?
Is the court
Wait,
open?
is that a Tuesday?
It's the President's Day. Is the
Oh,
court
it
open?
is. That's why it's blank. Usually I'm gone then, but I'll be here.
I just checked. Union pipe fitter makes, on average, between $25 and $30 an hour. But they can, which makes them around $50K a year, which is a decent salary. But with extra time and stuff, they can go up to $100,000 a year. And you're risking that because you wanted to go out drinking on a fucking Monday, you stupid. Oh.
Yeah, that's President's Day. Boy. Well, I filled out the 11th. I hate to go this far. I guess I'll cram it into the 9th. Let me see. I don't want to jam up the probation department. Fowler is a drinking driving. Alvarez is a drinking driving with a translator, and Cap is a drinking driving. So that takes all 3 probation officers. Wow, I'm going to go to March 2nd. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
I'm gone one Monday in February, and the other is President's Day.
Yes, sir, that works.
All right, folks. I need to step off in a little bit because
I guess an
I
impaired.
need to step off in a little bit. So this case will be the last one we are listening to today. The first court day of 2026 in Judge Middleton's court. Because I have a thing I need to be at. And depending on the result of that, it will either be a slightly bust Friday law show, or it won't be. You will find out.
Driving conviction would still allow you to plow snow. It's in the course of employment. All right, Mr. Cole, you take this off the counter. Give your new address also.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you in March.
Enjoy the day.
All right, so
Last one I have is Ms. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
All right. That was that case. Okay, folks. Okay, let's see here. Where is that? Let's put the overlay. Hey. All right. January 2nd, Judge Middleton holds court. We heard about a lot of drunk driving from Halloween. A lot of those cases, a lot of other cases, and then you had the smash hit of the person who thought it was okay to not show up. All right. Hopefully, I will see you later today or on 5 p.m. on a slightly buzzed Friday show. If not, I will see you maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. There's a bunch of papers, documents that has happened in a few of the cases I cover, so I need to get to those as well. But folks, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. And yeah, I will see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.